Fnaf has grown into one of the biggest mascot horror franchises of all time and has released a large amount of characters over the years. Some scary, some cute, some weird. But in this video I'm going to rank them in 6 tiers. Cute, not scary, kinda scary, scary, terrifying and...
What the fuck? Oh!
I'm going to be ranking these characters on 2 main factors, how scary their design is and how scary their gameplay mechanic is. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, it helps out so much. And with that, let's just get right into it. So starting off with Freddy here, I would say he is a relatively scary character, him being the mascot of the game. In the original game, first game, he will go up to your right door and hang about there, and he will attack you if the power goes off. He does play a really creepy lullaby song when the power goes off, so yeah, I would say he is a scary character. I wouldn't say terrifying, really, because I don't really think he has that edge to him that some of the other characters do, but he is definitely quite high on the scary tier. Now with Bonnie, Scott Cawthon did say that Bonnie was one of the scariest characters. I don't really see it. He of course has a very eerie rundown design that all the Fnaf 1 animatronics have. I don't think he's as scary as Freddy due to his mechanic being just a bit easy. He just goes to your door when you shut it. Of course, he can catch you off guard. He does have a really good jump scare and a really good jump scare scream. Of course, all the Fnaf 1 animatronics have that jump scare scream, but I do really like his jump scare, and his design is kind of eerish, just mainly his game mechanic letting him down, so I'm going to put him in below Freddy on scary. Now Chica, I'd say she's sort of I don't know, she's a bit of a joke due to her being quite fat, and there being memes of what she's doing in the kitchen because she's really loud and her eating and stuff. She obviously is quite scary. I think she has quite wide eyes, and obviously has that same rundown look that Fnaf animatronics have. When she's at your door, when you turn the light on, when she's in your window, that's kind of scary, I guess. But same with Bonnie, just a really basic mechanic. I would say probably the least scary Fnaf 1 animatronic. So I want to say kinda scary, just not on the same tier as these guys, just because she's a bit of a joke now. But yeah. So now with Foxy, definitely one of the scarier ones of Fnaf 1. He probably has the most beat up design out of all of them because he has multiple holes in his body and stuff. He definitely has quite a creepy design. His mechanic of running down the hall to kill you can definitely catch the player off guard, and if they're not paying attention, he can definitely jump scare you. Of course, his jump scare is not good at all. He just leans into your office door, which won't really make you jump. It will definitely catch you off guard, but his jump scare is really lackluster. I do think he's scarier than Bonnie, but I think just below Freddy is good. He's still a really cool character. I'd say pretty scary, just not as scary as Freddy here. So now Golden Freddy. I'm really not sure of Golden Freddy. I think he does have a really scary design, the way he sort of lays down in your office and just stares at you with his blank eyes. But his mechanic, he barely shows up, and if he does get you, his jump scare is alright, I suppose. It's just his face with a weird noise and it crashes the game. He has a lot of lore behind him or her, and I'm pretty sure in the lore it's a good guy. So I'm not really sure. I do think it is scary because you get Easter eggs around the game where she says "it's me" and laughs in your face. So it's sort of you're sort of haunted by it. So do you know what? I think it is scarier than Freddy. I wouldn't say terrifying, just because the mechanic really lets it down here. Now with Toy Freddy, no, he's not scary. Let's be honest. He is a joke. He's just Chica but fatter, I suppose, and everyone takes the piss out of him for being fat. Even Fnaf took the piss out of him in UCN, where his mechanic is in UCN you have to literally play Fnaf for him, and he kills you when he loses because he's he rage quits and loses. So yeah, Fnaf are definitely trying to push that sort of loser persona onto him. Yeah, he's not scary at all. I suppose in Fnaf 2. No, actually, no, he's not scary in Fnaf 2 either. His gameplay mechanic is stupidly simple. His jump scare isn't great either. The only really scary thing is that when he goes into your office, his eyes black. I suppose that could be a little scary, but that's pretty much it. This character is not scary in the slightest. Now, Toy Bonnie from Fnaf 2. I think the design Obviously, the toy animatronics are really plastic, not really run down at all, very shiny. But you know, Toy Bonnie's design can be a little scary. Look at that face. That's a scary face. Oh, his mechanic is more irritating than scary, really. I suppose he can catch you off guard, and his jump scare isn't too bad. It's just the frequency at which he attacks makes his mechanic a lot more irritating. And scary, of course, he just hides in the vent, and you have to put the mask on to get rid of him. So I'll put him in kind of scary below Chica, just because, you know, that face does kind of haunt me, but that's really it. Toy Chica, oh god, oh. Yeah, so not scary. I think there's another issue surrounding Toy Chica that I'm not going to mention because we all know what it is. When she does take her beak off, I suppose that's a little bit eerie, but again, her design is not scary at all. It's something else which I'm not going to say. Her mechanic is the same as Toy Bonnie's, really. Not scary at all. I'm going to put him in not scary, maybe above Freddy, just because she takes her beak off. I'm not mentioning the other thing. I'm not mentioning that. Mangle, you know what? I don't really like Mangle. I think Mangle is a very scary character. The whole mangled up, like, ripped apart design, especially the second endoskeleton head, and the backstory of Mangle being taken apart by kids and just put back together is really eerie, just disturbing. I really like that story. And the fact that she like hangs from the ceiling and her jump scare is her like biting you from above and hanging down, that's a really good jump scare. Of course, she was a suspect in the bite of 87, and you know, most likely the one who did it, and if she did do it, that would definitely add to it. I think, yeah, definitely goes in terrifying. Mangle is a very scary character. The design and the backstory and bite of 87 really helps her there. Balloon Boy and JJ, they just irritating really. I'm putting him in cute because he's kind of cute. Look at him. JJ, you're cute as well. The puppet, yeah, do you know what? I don't think the puppet is as scary as people say it is. Of course, it is definitely still quite a scary character. The design is quite eerie because it's quite like a you know, that face is quite soulless. If you saw that, you know, at the foot of your bed at night, you'd be terrified. And also, it's like sort of slender, alien-like design. Does really add to it. Its mechanic is quite eerie as well with the whole music box thing. You have to keep a music box round, like a child music box rounds up, and if you don't, it's going to come out and kill you. I think the main issue that doesn't make the puppet scary is that it's in the wider lore of Fnaf. It's a good guy. It puts the souls in the animatronics. The puppet is just a good guy overall. But you know what, in Fnaf 2, it does have quite an alien mechanic and quite a scary design, so I think it definitely does go in terrifying. Not the same as Mangle, just because of its, you know, it's a good guy. So yeah. Withered Freddy. I would say Withered Freddy's relatively scary. Of course, has that same rundown, dirty design that regular Freddy has. It's just a little bit different. The mechanic is basic, really. It just goes in your office and you have a bit of reaction time to put a mask on, and if you don't, he goes away. I'm just gonna put it. Oh, I want to put it in kind of scary because you know what, Withered Freddy, just I find him kind of irrelevant, to be honest. I think his design is quite boring and his mechanic quite boring as well. So you know what, he's gonna go in kind of scary. Withered Bonnie, on the other hand, I'm gonna put in scary because obviously the design is a lot more beat up, missing an arm, and it's like faceplate. Obviously the mechanic is the same as Withered Freddy's, but I think the design just edges it onto the scary tier. Now with Withered Chica, I think Withered Chica is very scary. Withered Chica's design, I think, is terrifying. The fact that it like holds his arms out and doesn't really have any hands, just wires hanging off it. Its jaw is like pried open. It doesn't have any eyelids, just like massive eyes just staring at you. Obviously the mechanic doesn't help, just having the same boring mechanic as Withered Freddy and Withered Bonnie. And what also doesn't help is that in UCN she can't fit through your vent because she's too fat. It's just kind of funny, but it does not make her that scary. But her design is terrifying, so I'm not going to put it in the terrifying tier, but I think, yeah, in between Golden Freddy and Freddy, I think that's a good spot because her design is extremely terrifying. It's just the mechanic and the UCN thing, that really doesn't help. Okay, so now with Wooded Foxy, again, not really the scariest. I don't think his design is really that beat up compared to like Withered Bonnie and Withered Chica. His mechanic isn't really scary either. You just got to flash him with the light. He might catch you off guard really, but being honest, he's not really that scary. His design is less scary than the original Foxy, I reckon, and that's just personal preference though. I'm going to say kinda scary, but I'll give him the top of kinda scary, so yeah, at least he has that. With the Golden Freddy, I think normal Golden Freddy is actually scarier. I think normal Golden Freddy has a more haunted look about him. Of course, with the Golden Freddy still has a very eerie design, being just a less shiny, beat up Golden Freddy. He does have the same mechanics, so that doesn't really help him. I'm gonna put him in scary, but like, I think here is a good spot. I still think Golden Freddy is a lot more terrifying, but yeah, he can go here. That's a good spot. Now with Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, I'm going to group them together. Their designs are quite eerie, I guess, but other than that, they really do nothing, and they probably never even show up, so I'll put them in the bottom of kind of scary. They are ghosts, so that's all they really have going for them, but yeah, gameplay-wise, literally nothing. Paper Pals, the same thing. Of course, it's a little bit eerie seeing them like an Easter egg going around the place. They're obviously haunted, and their designs could be a little creepy, I guess, but again, no, they don't do anything. So next up we have Springtrap, definitely one of the scariest in the entire franchise, probably the most evil character in the entire franchise, since Springtrap is literally a rotting corpse of a serial killer inside a bunny suit. And the gameplay mechanic, of course, if he's in Fnaf 3 and he's the only antagonist, I think he is scary in Fnaf 3, knowing that he's, again, is literally the only person that can kill you. And the fact that, and you know, this entire idea that this guy is a literal rotting corpse of a serial killer out to get you is just terrifying. I think everything about this guy is terrifying. The lore behind him, the fact that the way he died was gruesome and horrific, and yeah, this guy is definitely a terrifying character. I'm not gonna put him in the shit myself tier because I don't think his gameplay mechanic is that good, but very high on the terrifying tier, I'd say. I'm going to rank all the Phantoms together, really. They are sort of scary, I suppose, considering they are ghosts, but they're a lot more irritating than scary, and they're overshadowed by Springtrap because they are in Fnaf 3, so I'm going to put them, I don't think they're scary, really. Everyone thinks of them as just irritating. I'm going to put them all in not scary, I guess. He can all go there, except for Phantom Chica, who can go in cute because she's a watermelon, and that's an entire joke that the fandom made about her. Chica's just a joke every time. Now, Nightmare Freddy, his design is obviously horrific. He's terrifying. The fact that he has little like I don't know, like babies coming out of him out to get you. Obviously, the nightmare design of razor sharp teeth, glowing eyes, the fact that his body's ripped apart and stuff. Only thing that lets him down, his gameplay mechanic is piss easy. And when you play Fnaf 4, you go through this little routine of check both doors, check the bed, check the closet. You just have to shine his little babies off the beds, and that's it. He barely jump scared me. I was never really scared of him. Obviously, his design is the main thing carrying him right now. So I'm going to put him in scary because his design is terrifying, but I think at the bottom of scary because his mechanic is just really easy. Now for Nightmare Bonnie and Chica, I'm going to rank them together. Their designs, same as Nightmare Freddy, terrifying, razor sharp teeth, glowing eyes, ripped apart. The Nightmare animatronics definitely have the scariest designs. And you know what, their mechanic is also terrifying, despite being not the most difficult, as you have to listen for their breathing. It's still so much tension when you're doing it, and when they jump scare you, it really does startle you and make you jump. These characters are absolutely terrifying. I'm going to put them in terrifying, I think, below Springtrap. Yeah, these guys are not fun in the slightest. The Nightmare animatronics are terrifying. Fnaf 4 is definitely the scariest game out of the lot. Nightmare Foxy, again, same design, same thing I said about Freddy, Bonnie and Chica. Design is terrifying. I don't think his mechanic is the scariest, though. I think you have to check the closet and just push him back multiple times. So, you know what? Definitely, I think terrifying bottom, because I don't think the breathing mechanic of these two really does terrify me, and it does raise tension so much. I don't think Nightmare Foxy's mechanic has that same tension, but he is still a terrifying character. Nightmare Fredbear. Oh, this guy. This guy. His, I'd say out all the Nightmare animatronics, he has the scariest design. Absolutely. Is the fact that his like body is kind of split in two in a way, sort of like sewn together by teeth, sort of, if you know what I mean. His face is terrifying. His teeth. Look at those teeth. Look at those teeth. That is absolutely terrifying. Again, the sort of decayed wood sort of texture that he has, and the fact that it's all broken apart. And his mechanic is basically just everything. He's on the bed, closet, and goes to both doors, and he's a lot more difficult than Chica Body, which makes him a lot more scary, hence why he's above these two. This guy is just one of the scariest Fnaf animatronics, and yeah, there's a reason he is this high. He does absolutely terrify me. Now for Nightmare, you know what, I'm going to put the same, really, but below, because he is really irritating, and that could overshadow how scary he is. He is obviously terrifying as well. Also, his jump scare is not as good as Nightmare Fredbear's. He has that sort of like Golden Freddy jump scare where it's just a PNG image of him making a sound, and I think your game crashes or something. So yeah, these two are obviously absolutely terrifying, but I will give the edge to Nightmare Fredbear just because of the jump scare mostly. But yeah, Plush Trap, he is kind of cute, but he's obviously not going in the cute tier. His design is definitely eerie though, like the fact that he has no eyelids and is just constantly staring at you, and the fact that he has that same rugged, decayed appearance. His teeth aren't that sharp, but they're still some pretty mean teeth. His mechanic in FNAF 4 is obviously the Dark Rooms mechanic. He's going to be at the end of a hallway. You have to flash a light at him. He's at the end of a hallway. He'll gradually move towards you, and you have to use a flashlight to stop him from moving, and you have to stop him right in front of a circle that's in front of you. So you have to sort of determine how close he is. Again, there's a lot of tension because when he jump scares you, it's going to be dark and you're not really going to be expecting it, and it's definitely going to catch you off guard. So I reckon scary, I think above Bonnie. I think here's a good spot for him. Yeah, do you know that works? That's a good idea. The Jacka versions of Chica and Bonnie. Let's put them next to each other. It is the same character really. Nightmare Angle is just Nightmare Foxy pretty much. Nightmarian, you're different. You have the same mechanic as Nightmare, but your appearance, oh my god, your appearance is just, Do you know what, I'm going to go off your mechanic in Help Wanted because I don't want to give you the same ranking as Nightmare. In Help Wanted, this guy's going to be, it's going to be pitch black, and you have to use a flashlight to deter away his tentacles, which are going to be emerging from the bed, closet, and the ceiling, and he's also going to be coming from both doors, and there's going to be like the music box sound while you're doing it. This guy's appearance is terrifying. He's like, I don't know, he's literally an alien. That's the best way to describe him. He has a very alien-like form with like tentacles, and I hate this guy. This guy is definitely, I think, one of the most scary animatronics FNAF has actually released. So you know what, yeah. I wasn't going to go off his UCM mechanic because it is way too simple, and his Help Wanted mechanic does him a lot more justice. So yeah, do you know what? You are at the top of shit myself. You are stuffing nightmares. Right, so next up we have Nightmare Balloon Boy. This guy is definitely unsettling. His design, like his jaw, his mouth, his face is just, oh my god, it is so scary. In terms of mechanic, he has the same mechanic as Plush Trap, I think. I'm not sure if it's more difficult. In Help Wanted it's more difficult, but in FNAF 4 I'm pretty sure it's the same difficulty. He is a bit chubby, which can take away from the horror factor, but his face, his glowing eyes, his jaw, basically his teeth, his mouth are just, oh my god, that is terrifying. You can see in his little face there, he wants to hurt someone. I think he's going to go in terrifying, mostly purely based on his design. I think below these guys, because I hate their mechanic, but you are terrifying. You do scare the shit out of me. In terms of the FNAF role people, I forgot your name, DD, and my consequences. You're all going to go in cute because, you know, you don't do, yeah, you're friendly. I like you guys. Now, Lolbit is not scary at all. I do like her design. It is really cool actually. I have a little figure of her right by my desk here. The mechanic, again, just isn't scary. in the Dislocation custom night, she'll come up randomly and you've got to type LOL on your keyboard and she goes away. She's not scary at all, she's actually really cool looking, so yeah, you're not scary. Circus Baby, I think, is a pretty scary character. I think her design is pretty eerie. Also the fact that she's like, I think 7 or 8 foot tall, so like almost as tall as me. In Help Wanted, in a little minigame, she is massive. In terms of her mechanic, in Dislocation she can't kill you at all, she just speaks to you, but it's actually Ennard talking, so I suppose that's not really her. But in UCN, her mechanic is when she shows up, you have to buy her plushie, which can be kind of difficult, but it's not scary in the slightest. So I guess her design is quite eerie, the fact that she's really big, she's got really wide eyes. She has that clown look, which can unsettle a lot of people. It doesn't really unsettle me. I think she is kind of cool looking, but the clown appearance can unsettle a lot of people. So I reckon scary, but the bottom, because she doesn't scare me too much, but she is definitely quite an eerie character, especially with the whole ice cream thing, with the whole claw thing. That is terrifying, but that's really all she has. Ballora, again, design, not really. Humanoid animatronics are quite unsettling, but her design is a lot more cool looking than scary. Her mechanic is kind of eerie, but also just really easy, which really takes away from it. In Dislocation, you have to walk through her auditorium, and when she plays music you stop, and when you don't hear her you can walk. It's really easy. Her jump scare is terrifying though, the fact that she opens up her faceplate and the endoskeleton shows up, and the jump scare scream is also terrifying, so that does add to it. I don't think she's too scary, but the jump scare and her mechanic are pretty scary, so I'm gonna put her in kinda scary, but I'll put her like here maybe, or maybe above Foxy. Yeah, I'll put her above Foxy mainly because of the jump scare. Funtime Freddy, my favourite animatronic actually. He looks a lot cooler than he does scary, pretty much. I think the bonbon's really cool, his colour palette's really cool, his design's just really cool. His mechanic in Dislocation, well, he has multiple mechanics, but I'm going to go for his Night 2 one, where you have to go to his room and reboot the whole system, and he'll be in the room with you, and you have to send him back with the bonbon thing. It's not overly scary, but since he'll jump scare you when you're on the tablet, so that will definitely catch you off guard and scare you. Same with Ballora, he has a scary jump scare because his face opens up. Not as good as Ballora, because Ballora's endoskeleton's terrifying. Funtime Freddy's kind of scary, but obviously the jump scare scream as well. Again, I don't think he's that scary. His voice is kind of goofy as well, so I don't think he's that scary. I think kind of scary. I think here, he's not scary really. Funtime Foxy, again, design-wise, same as the other two. Not scary, very cool looking. Love the colour palette, love everything about him. The thing is though, his mechanic does scare me actually, because in Dislocation you're going to have to walk through his room, but you have to walk in pitch black, and you can shine a light every few seconds to reveal his location. And yeah, since you're going to be walking in the dark, and when he jump scares you, it's definitely going to catch you off guard. Again, his jump scare is the same as the others. His face opens up. Not as scary as Ballora's, but scarier than Funtime Freddy's, I'd say. But also, he is guaranteed to jump scare you in the third night, I think. And if you didn't know that, then he's definitely going to scare you and catch you off guard. So you are guaranteed to be jump scared by him in the third night. So I reckon in between these guys, I reckon here. I think because your mechanic does scare me actually. Oh, actually, I'll put you here because again, your mechanic is really scary. Yendo, I think the design isn't scary. I think it looks kind of stupid, to be honest. And in the custom night, he has the same mechanic as Golden Freddy, where he shows up, you just got to put the camera up, put it down, and he's gone. His jump scare is god awful as well. This guy's just, he's not scary. I think he's a joke, to be honest. But since that is kind of creepy, I think here, I guess maybe that's a good spot. The Biddy Babs, Electro. Oh, I won't rank them together, don't I? The Biddy Babs, I'd say, are again pretty scary. Humanoid animatronics are once again pretty eerie, and the fact that it's a baby is kind of scary, I guess, because babies in horror media can be scary. The mechanic is in Dislocation. I think the second night you have to hide under a desk and pull this like cover over the desk, and the Billy Babs will come and try get you and pull the cover off. But it's really easy to counter. I don't think they're overly scary. I think kind of scary works. Here, I think here's a good spot. Electrobabs in UCN, they'll just drain your power. In UCN Custom Night, they'll just drain your power, and you just gotta get rid of them. Easy. Not as scary as Billy Babs though, so I'd say their design are kind of eerie though, so I think bottom are kind of scary. Mini Renas, again, a lot more frustrating than scary. I think their design are definitely quite eerie. The fact that it's just like, you know, like soulless little dolls that try kill you, like that face right there. That's quite a scary face. But in a Night Forces location, you'll be strapped in a spring lock suit, and they will climb over the spring lock suit and try to get you, and you got to do the spring locks again. It's infamous, everyone knows about it. It's infamously difficult, not infamously scary though. Also, their jump scare is quite lackluster with them just being in your face. I suppose they're kind of scary. I don't think they're overly scary. I think about the same as a Billy Bab really. Ennard is a terrifying character. First off, the design is like a mangled up mess of all the Funtime animatronics put together, and with a clown mask on it, and I think it looks terrifying pretty much. And the fact that in this location, the entire game he's manipulating you by pretending to be Baby and manipulating you to go into the scooper room where he scoops your insides out. And the lore behind him, how after this location he climbs into your body, like sort of Men in Black thing, and sort of like just lives inside Michael, just slowly decaying him from the inside, and then jumps out when he's finished. I think that is brilliant. His mechanic, I'm going to go off the fake ending. In this location, if you go to a secret room, you get the fake ending, where I found him a lot more frustrating than scary. That fake ending isn't really scary at all. He is very frustrating, really. His design and lore is really what's going to push him forward here. I think terrifying, just below Springtrap. Ennard is a very scary character, and I think a brilliant Fnaf character. Bonbon, Funtime Freddy's buddy, he's not scary. Like that's a cool design. That's not a scary design. I think his mechanic is, I don't know what to go off. I think I'll go off the custom night mechanic. Funtime Freddy's going to throw him down a hallway, and it'll try to get you. It can definitely catch you off guard, but it's not scary. I'll put him in bottom of kind of scary. This guy's not scary at all. You're cute. He's cute. Look how cute he is. That's a cute guy. Next up we have Scrap Baby from Pizza Sim. Again, she definitely is a scary design. She I want to say sort of like a Harley Quinn look. It's kind of, if you know what I mean, like very beat up design. Like she also has like a massive claw, which is pretty scary. Her mechanic in Pizzeria Simulator is the same as all the hostile animatronics. She'll just be in the vents and she'll try get you. I think Pizza Sim is definitely one of the scariest games because the jump scares always catch you off guard. You never have any warning of them. So, and she, her design is definitely scary. So I reckon, yeah, this is a good spot for that, I'd say. Molten Freddy. Yeah, I think this is Ennard, like later on in Pizza Sim. Similar to Ennard, it's just like a jumbled up mess of wires with like a really beat up Freddy mask. Same as Scrap Baby, a scary mechanic which can definitely jump scare you. I think he is the easiest of all the Pizza Sim animatronics though, which isn't really helping. I'll put him here. He doesn't really have that same lore that Ennard does, and doesn't have that same feel Ennard does, if that makes sense, but definitely a scary character. Scrap Trap, again, scary mechanic, but design-wise looks retarded. So I don't know, can I even say that word? I don't know if I can say that word. Yeah, it's a stupid character design. I think kind of scary. His design's really letting him down here. Here, I suppose, because this design just looks more stupid than scary. Lefty, design-wise, a lot cooler than scary, I'd say. As the design can be a little unsettling, but yeah, I think it looks a lot cooler than scary. I think it is the most difficult out of the Pizza Sim animatronics, though. But I'm going to put him, here, I'd say. I think here's a good spot for him. Trash in the Gang, we will love him. No, not. Yeah, these guys are cute. All of them. Candy Cadet. Hello. Helpy. Aw, Topper cute. You're the cutest. Happy Frog. Yep. For all the media Happy Frog, for all the mediocre melodies, their designs aren't scary at all. Happy Frogs are kind of cute. Look at them. I think in UCN their mechanic is they'll use the air ducts to try and get you, but it's really easy. Just use the heater or block an air duct. It's really fucking easy. So you know what? These lot aren't scary at all. I'll put them here. Do you know what? I'm gonna group them all together. The mediocre melodies aren't scary whatsoever. Rockstar Freddy, again, design's kind of scary, I guess. Not really. It's quite a forgettable character, to be honest. His mechanic in UCN is actually probably one of the most iconic. He will just ask for 5 coins, and you can either use the heater to break him, or just give him the 5 coins, and then that's it. If you don't give him 5 coins, he'll kill you. It's kind of scary, I guess. It's not really, to be honest. I'll put him there. Rockstar Bonnie, yeah, design, not scary. But the mechanic in UCN isn't scary, but it's just extremely frustrating, which makes it less scary, if that makes sense. In UCN, you have to find his guitar. If you don't find his guitar, he'll kill you, so you know what. Yeah, you can go here. You're not scary, really. Rockstar Chica, design, same. UCN, I think quite a scary mechanic. You have to put the wet floor sign down to block her, but it is quite hard to determine which side she's on, and she can definitely catch you off guard. So I think the scariest Rockstar animatronic. But I'll put her here, I think, because yeah, design, you're pretty stupid design-wise. Rockstar Foxy, not scary, and in UCN he literally helps you. So yeah, you're not scary at all. Music Man, your design is horrifying. He is like. So he has that face and like a spider body and 2 cymbals that crash. In UCN, if you make too much noise, he'll start banging his cymbals louder, and if you make too much noise, he'll kill you pretty much. Although he does have quite a high noise tolerance, and it doesn't really catch you off guard because you can hear his cymbals, so you'll know whether you're making too much noise or not. But his design is very scary. But again, the mechanic just lets him down, so I'm going to put him here, I'd say. That's a good spot. L-Chip, you're not scary. Are you cute? No, you're not really cute. Rockstar Chica, again, not scary at all, really. Fred, that's Fred there in UCN. I think if you use the death coin on Golden Freddy, I think he kills you. So the mechanic, you have to literally activate the mechanic, and it's quite a specific mechanic that you'll probably never come across without doing it on purpose. Design-wise, though, yes, I suppose it is quite scary, but this is quite a hard one to rank. I suppose I'll just put him next to Bonnie, I guess, because the mechanic is just not great. Plush Babies, design-wise, definitely unsettling, but they're little teddy bears. But their level in Help Wanted did scare the shit out of me, because you're in a room, and you have to find them with a flashlight, and if you don't find them, they'll kill you, and it can definitely get tense and quite suspenseful, and yes, it did scare me quite a bit, even though their jump scares aren't great, because the Help Wanted jump scares aren't really that good. They don't really scare you, but you did definitely scare me, so I think. But again, your design lets you down, so I can here, I think. Glitch Trap, a very unsettling design, but he never kills you. He can't kill you in any of the games. But we all know this is William Afton, which I suppose makes it a bit scary, but he is a computer virus, which I do find a bit silly. But yeah, his design is quite unsettling. If you saw this at the foot of your bed at 3 AM, you'd definitely be scared. If you saw anything at the foot of your bed at 3 AM, you'd be quite scared. But yeah, kind of scary, I suppose. Think at the top, because your design, that face, is disturbing. Grim Foxy, I don't think his design is that scary, to be honest. I think it just looks so cool. I don't think he's that scary. I don't know, like, the fact that he doesn't have eyes doesn't really help, but yeah, I'm not sure. In Help Wanted, his mechanic is in the corn maze, he'll just run after you, which again is a pretty terrifying mechanic, but again, his design is just so cool. I don't really find it scary. I can't really explain it. Same like Darth Vader. Darth Vader's really cool. I don't know why I'm talking about Darth Vader. Scary, I suppose, but again, design lets him down for some reason. I don't know why. Dreadbear, the Fnaf's version of Frankenstein's monster. Design, scary, definitely quite scary because it's Frankenstein's monster, it's big, he walks like a zombie, and yeah, quite a scary design. And even like the game over screen, he's like a massive like version of him, he tries to grab you. His mechanic, he has his own level in a Help Wanted where you've got to like, it's like a Frankenstein's monster minigame, you have to like make up his brain and put it in. It's not really that scary, but if you do it wrong, he kills you. The mechanic isn't that scary at all, but his design is pretty eerie, so I'm going to put him... Oh, okay, there's 2 rows now. I reckon here's a good spot. Glamrock Freddy, yeah, you're not scary at all. You're not scary. We know him. He's just a really lovable guy. He's literally a good guy. He helps you throughout. His designs are scary, really. Glamrock Chica, I suppose her design does get a little scary once you remove her voice box and she's more beat up. But the mechanic of all the security bridge animatronics of just chasing you is just pretty lackluster, in the fact that I'm pretty sure you are faster than them, which really just takes away from it. So you know what, you're kind of scary, I suppose. I'll put you quite low, really. I can hear yeah, Roxanne Wolf, yeah, that's her name. Roxanne Wolf, same. Monty gets crippled after his boss fight, which makes him kind of silly and not that scary, so he goes there as well. So now we have Vanny from Security Breach, whose design I would say is slightly eerie. It's just someone in a bunny costume again, although the eyes do help, and it is quite a scary bunny costume. In terms of mechanic in Security Breach, Vanny does practically nothing, which really does not help her. In the trailers she was promised to be a lot more, but in the game your screen will go fuzzy and she'll appear sometimes, and when she does, just go and Freddy or something will run away. You probably won't die to her at all, so I think kind of scary. Like down here maybe, she's such a disappointment. The Matbot is not scary. Actually no, the jump scare got me, but the jump scare did get me, but it's not scary. The Security Breach endoskeletons, I think, are pretty scary. First off, their design isn't the scariest, it's definitely quite unsettling. They're just endoskeletons, there's not really a lot you can do with that. But their mechanic is that they move when you're not looking at them, which that is creative, and it's definitely very unsettling. There's a part of Security Breach where you have to go for like a hallway of all these guys and you've got to run through them, and it's very good. The Endos are a really cool addition, and you know, are pretty scary characters, so I reckon they go in the scary tier. I'd say, ooh, let's put them above Dreadbear. I think, yeah, I think it's a good spot actually. Yeah, that's a good spot. Now Sun from Security Breach. Sun isn't scary. Sun's chill. Moon is not scary. Moon, on the other hand, very cool design. I think, yeah, definitely quite an unsettling design, because of how like sort of humanoid he is, his body, and his mechanic in Security Breach is pretty scary. You have to go around during his little boss fight thing. You've got to go around a play area, switching on generators while he's chasing you. And you know, he jumps around the place. He walks like a spider. The way he walks is really creepy, and yeah, and he practically like talks to you in like a raspy voice the entire night. This is quite an unsettling character, so I think he's going to go in the scary tier. Not too high, I don't think. I think just above Nightmare Freddy, because the boss fight is actually pretty easy, but it is pretty unsettling though. DJ Music Man, I don't think is scary really, like at all. Is like really cool design. His mechanic is a bit scary either. He chases you a bit, but it's more just really fun and it's not scary. So I reckon like, yeah, I don't think he's scary really. The Wind Up Music Man, on the other hand, oh yeah, in fact, DJ Music Man does resemble a spider, but he's like really big, and you know what? He doesn't really resemble a spider because spiders aren't that big, and you know, he's just really cool. So, the Wind Up Music Man, I think, is quite the opposite, and I think is a quite scary character because the fact that he's quite small, like a spider. When he's running around, you can hear his little footsteps. Like he does really remind you of a spider. He will attack you when you're in the vents, which you're quite vulnerable in the vents because you can only really run in one direction. You are faster than it, I think, but it depends on just how much stamina you have. And yeah, hearing like the little footsteps pattering towards you, they can slowly get louder, can definitely unsettle you. And he does play a little Security Beach lullaby, which is kind of eerie. So I'm gonna put bottom of scary because I think he's quite scary, but just not scary enough really. The Blob, I suppose the design is quite eerie, but in Security Beach really just does nothing. I mean, if you walk past it without Freddy, if you walk past it on your own, you'll die. But if you go past it while you're inside Freddy, then he won't get you. There's a lot of lore surrounding it, I think, but to be honest, it's probably not that scary, and it's pretty pointless, really. It's, I guess, kind of scary above the other Security Beach guys. Burn Trap. I did make a mistake in my earlier video where I said this was a form of William Afton, where a lot of people in the comments tell me it's actually a form of the Mimic. Doesn't really change a lot, really. I suppose his design is kind of scary, but I think this guy is just wasted potential. Not potential, just shouldn't really exist, because no one really wants another form of William Afton or like another Springtrap type-ish character. We didn't really want that. And the boss fight is just pretty rubbish. It's not scary in the slightest. I suppose, like, if you see his little icon there, he's like, that's kind of scary. He's like burnt off mouth or something. I don't know what that is, but yeah, kind of scary because no one's really scared by this guy. Let's be honest. No one in Security Breach really scared people. I'd say next to the Blob, maybe. Maybe above Rockstar Bonnie, I think. Yeah. The Nexus security system and Security Beach Ruin. Design-wise, not scary at all. I suppose no, he's not scary. He's not scary. He's just a big. I don't know what that is. Like a. I don't know. What is it? It's like a. I was gonna say robot, but it's more like a hologram thing. Just a big hologram, and his mechanic is that he spawns animatronics near you, which isn't scary. That's just him getting other animatronics to do the work for him. So yeah, he's not scary. The Mimic. I'm torn on this guy. I think his design is pretty scary. He's like a really big, menacing endoskeleton, and the fact that there's a lot of lore behind him, which I don't really know everything about, but of course he's called the Mimic. He can mimic other people's voices, and the fact that in Ruin he does manipulate you just like Ennard did by pretending to be Gregory and luring you to his little underground area where he chases you. His only mechanic in the game of Ruin is that he chases you. That's it, and to be honest, it's a really easy chase scene. He is not fast in the slightest. But yeah, I know he has a lot of lore, and his design is pretty scary, I'd say. So I'll put him in scary, sure. Not scary in endoskeletons. Not scary in Bond. I think yeah, next to Moon. Now, finally, we have Spring Bonnie from the Into the Pit game. Design-wise, this guy isn't scary. I think he looks really cool because I think the art style in Into the Pit isn't scary, but the art style looks phenomenal. And his mechanic is just that he roams around and he chases you if he sees you. He is decently fast, I'd say, and if you hide, he'll look in the hiding spot. He's not really unique. He's just a free roam. I don't know, like bad guy. Like if he sees you, he chases you. You gotta hide. That's it. That sort of guy. But yeah, his design is not really that scary, I'd say. Into the Pit didn't really scare me as a game. Into the Pit was a pretty good game though, so I'm gonna put him in kinda scary because it is still Spring Bonnie. I think above Vanny. And that is going to be the whole tier list. If you're wondering where the Secrets of the Mimic characters are, I haven't actually played that game yet, because it is, say, quite a recent game and it is actually quite expensive. I will get around to playing it, and I might do another tier list, and I will include those characters. Also, I know Secrets of the Mimic includes a lot of characters, which, yeah. But I do apologise for not including Secrets of the Mimic. But I included everyone else. Come on, look at all these guys. Here's the tier list for one final look, if you want to see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Please check out my other videos if you do enjoy this one. And with that, bye bye.